Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the body image avatars. If you haven't seen my previous video on the 4 avatars, what they're all about, go watch that now. Today we're going to be talking about one of the body image avatars, which is called the outsider. The core unmet need for the outsider is belonging and acceptance. Characteristics of the outsider. Often we're looking at somebody who is a people pleaser, who thinks a lot about what other people think of them or feel about them, and is super, super sensitive to any of that being negative. These are people who will often ask other people for their advice or, opinion on how to do things because they don't necessarily trust themselves to get it right. And they feel like there's an answer out there. Other people know certain things that I don't get. They'll often tell me, I just don't know how to do something like, oh, I just don't know how to do my makeup like other women do, or I just don't get how to date. It's other people are naturally good at it, but not me, or I'm just not good at small talk. So there's a lot of feelings like other people get stuff that I don't get in the outsider. And that leads to a feeling of isolation, like there's something about them that makes it really difficult to connect. They often tell me that it's really hard to make friends. They often tell me that they feel socially awkward and that they just don't feel like they know what they're doing in that kind of space. That said, they really, really crave a feeling of genuine connectedness and belonging, even if they're often going towards it by trying to fit in. So a lot of their body image issues come around to trying to fit in. They're not necessarily trying to be the most attractive or the most in shape or the most anything. They just want to be, they don't want to get in trouble. They want to belong and not have anybody call them out and be like, you don't belong here. So there's this feeling of, I just want to get my body in a place where, or have my appearance in a place where I'm allowed to belong. Some common limiting beliefs for the outsider are feeling like I need everybody to like me, like it's really important that everybody likes me, and feeling like nobody will like me if they ever find out who I really am, so I have to hide who I am in order to make them like me. There's a feeling of trade going on. Like they have to pretend to be what other people want in order to get access to that connection and belonging. Often they'll tell me that they feel like there's something broken or bad or wrong about who they are. And the limiting belief is basically you have to hide that shit if you want to actually have friends and belong. So a lot of their limiting beliefs are focused on the area of this is what you have to do in order to get your free pass into society where you'll be accepted and you'll belong. Biggest fears for the outsider are other people being mad at them, other people being disappointed in them, other people being upset with them or let down by them. There's a lot of fear about what other people are feeling and thinking about them. So there's a lot of fear of rejection. There's a lot of fear of conflict because conflict feels unsafe because you're afraid it will lead to rejection. And there's a lot of fear of humiliation that if people find out who you are, truly, that they would reject you, they would laugh at you, that they would form some kind of group in which they all said, we don't want you with us, and it's you isolated again. So isolation is another major fear for the outsider. Some common paths to healing to overcome body image issues and move towards body acceptance and neutrality include learning who you are, accepting who you are, and letting your freak flag fly. Really figuring out what it is that is uniquely you and letting that out into the world. And recognizing that, yes, you might be rejected. Yes, some people won't like you. You won't be everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. Because you don't have to be liked by everyone in order to get your needs for acceptance and belonging met, because some people are going to love you. So really learning how to figure out who you are and share that with the world is a huge path to healing, because now you won't need your body to do that for you. You won't need to look perfect in order to fit in or look the right way in order to fit in if you already just found your people who love you for who you are. It takes all that pressure off. Other paths to healing include separating yourself from the feeling that you are in charge of other people's feelings and experience. Learning to have a boundary with other people so that they can have their own feelings and experience and thoughts, and that doesn't impact you. Really learning to separate those and not take responsibility for what they're thinking and feeling about you. Also, a lot of social skills come into play here. There's a lot of skill building that I'll do with these clients to figure out how to connect better, to figure out how to offer people a welcoming space so that they can really find their people and not be all guarded and not be inauthentic and pretending to be something they're not. Learning how to connect with people, showing up authentically, knowing who you are, and then expressing it into the world. These are all huge paths to healing for the outsider. Hopefully this was helpful. If you're looking for more resources on the avatars, I do have a program called Avatar Guide, and it's going to take you way more into depth, like really unpacking each of the individual body image avatars and how to actually use that to apply to your own journey. If you are resonating with The Outsider, feel free to leave a comment about your experience, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you can get notifications about my upcoming videos, and I'll see you next time.